Na 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 Christmas. Na 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 Christmas. Hello. This is the Book of Noel. I am Joe. This is my brother Conal. It's just the two of us for this run. Hi, Con.
Hi.
Yeah. So usual thing. We take a terrible this year is going to be all Netflix films. We're going to take a terrible Netflix Christmas film, talk through it, have a laugh, and then go. And then you don't have to see us anymore. So this, I'll tell you what the other ones are. Next time is going to be Noel Diary. Do watch that. I promise you won't regret it.
Yeah.
Really, it's so great. Excellent. So this one, well, we have got A Christmas Chronicle. It stars Kurt Russell. It's really, really bad. So instead of me going through what happens during this absolute shambles, I'm going to pass over to my gracious brother Conal with his conopsis. Imagine that.
Conopsis.
Santa's fucked it. Yeah. These two kids hate each other, but have to stay in together on Christmas Eve instead of nicking cars and carrying knives because their mother, that isn't Marissa
That happens,
Tomei,
by the way. That's not Conal being silly. That is part of the plot.
Yeah. And they have to stay in because their mother, who isn't Marissa Tomei, but definitely should have been Marissa Tomei, said so. She has to work short notice on Christmas Eve. I'm not buying that.
Until like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, tell us what the job is. Don't leave us dangling.
Yeah, it needs to be clarified. You a nurse? That makes sense, but I don't think you are. And Dad's dead. It's another one of those. So it's on the older brother to look after the dork sister. And I'm with him on that. She is a dork and she's the pits. Can't stand her. Worst kid. No, she's not the worst kid. That one with the guitar business.
Christmas breaking
last time
was oh man. Watching her was
bad.
Like, it was the film equivalent of eating raw lemon. You're a dick.
So the plan is they decide to film Santa. Catch him in the act, and they mess up his whole shit and they ruin Christmas.
Yeah.
But they can help. They figure that they can help. They get on Santa's sleigh without permission. This is how it all happens. They get on his sleigh without permission and scare him in the sky. I think that's what happens. And then they crash land in Chicago. All his stuff's knackered and he's lost his magic hat and all this. And they have to run around Chicago like looking for his magic hat, or fixing his sleigh, or finding the reindeers that are Jumanjiing around Chicago. Big adventure.
That's a great verb, by the way, to Jumanji.
Yeah,
I Jumanji, you Jumanji, he, she Jumanjis.
The reindeers are Jumanjiing all over Chicago.
What are those two reindeers doing? Oh, they're just
Don't
Jumanji.
fucking look.
He's Jumanjiing her from behind.
That's its penis. A big adventure ensues.
Pointing at it then.
This bit's its penis.
That's his knob.
And I'm doing that shape. Like, this bit's its penis. Curved. It's nice to see. Sometimes animals have curves. I don't know. So there's a big adventure. Santa gets arrested for suspected noncery, I assume, because he's driving around with a little boy in his car at Christmas Eve, dressed as Santa, going, "Oh, do you like my big car?" While he's in the slammer.
Two homeless fellas, though. Hi.
Do you want some brandy? Your dad doesn't let you have brandy. Oh, I'd let you have it probably if it were alive. While he's in the slammer, he writes a hit single with Bruce Springsteen's backing band.
Yeah, isn't it? Is that the E Street band he's got there?
Yeah. I don't know if it's all of them, but it's definitely Van Sant.
Yeah. God, he's hit the sticks, hasn't he? If he's been an extra in this piece of shit film. Didn't he have his own Netflix show, Lilyhammer?
Yeah. Maybe that were part of his contract.
Got to be in this.
Yeah, you can have Lilyhammer if Kurt Russell's asked for you specifically. Me? Yeah, you.
You've got to wear this wig.
Yeah, but if it's a musical number, why don't you get Bruce in? Oh, he don't want Bruce. He
I'm
wants
Bruce.
you. He wants to be Bruce. Kurt Russell wants to be Bruce. The kids drive around in a stolen car and dicking about with reindeers, and I got bored throughout all this bit, really. So a lot of my memories of it are memes that I were on Instagram with.
Yeah. I was on my phone a lot during this film.
Yeah. She goes to the North Pole through a bag. Yeah, I said it.
Well, what's the point in the sleigh then?
Yeah.
You can do that. Leave the sleigh. It's just weight around your neck. None of this would have happened if you weren't so reliant on the sleigh. Your back just does it. Well, there we go. Oh.
And then the little boy gets almost killed by a gang for the bag. It's a nice bag. There's these elves in it that talk like, the minions from whatever that film is. And they look like gremlins. And the most annoying thing on it, I find.
They've got kind of cod Norwegian language accents, don't they?
A bit xenophobic, really.
It's all right. Well, is it?
I'll let them off.
I'll let
them off. Don't offend me because I'm not.
If it doesn't offend me, then it can't be offensive. So.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, they were the bit that made me realize, I'm not the demographic for this film. This is for children.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's validity in that argument, but it gets trotted out a lot. Like, we're allowed opinions on things that even aren't for us. A Christmas film, trust me, a Christmas film's for me. All right?
Yeah.
I am your audience. I am all of that. That's what this is all about. So I don't think the kind of not for me quite washes with this, to be honest.
They cut it fine, but they managed to write it all just before the first child in Mexico wakes up. Because Mexico celebrates Christmas before any of the other countries, don't it? If you think about it.
No, isn't it?
They're one of the last people to wake up, aren't they?
I thought they do it on the 24th anyway.
All right, so they're celebrating a day early, so they're correct in putting Mexicans.
I think Argentina definitely are 24th. Loads of countries do it the day before, don't they? Which, right, all for cultural understanding, sensitivity, but that is just wrong. It's you're a day early. It's the 25th. Weird.
And it's nice to see that these different cultures have all the same traditions as us, like putting biscuits out for him to eat and stuff like that, and Christmas trees and things.
There's not a cagane to be seen. Cagatillo. Poo stick. Have you seen that in Barcelona?
No, I've not seen that.
Get a log, put a smiley face on it,
put
it in a blanket, hit it with a stick, and sing a song encouraging the stick to poo out sweets. Cagatillo. Yeah.
And does it ever poo out sweets?
I think the sweets might be there already, but it's a little sprinkle of Christmas magic. Who came up with that first? Hit that stick, ask it to shit, see what happens.
And then it does.
Shit a bounty. Shit. Nerds.
Normal happy ending, whatever. Dad's still dead, but he got a letter, so it's all right now. Probably the best bit is we go to the North Pole as like a debrief of the night before's happenings. Turns out Santa was just pulling the wool over their eyes. He could have just sorted it instantly, but he wanted these kids to get on better. And it worked. They're like best mates now. We are revealed that Mrs. Claus is Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
His wife's to work again.
I don't care. And I get the reference. They pan round and like, it's Goldie Hawn. As if kids were meant to go,
it can't be.
It's his wife in real life. Like, no one gives a shit. I honestly don't care. That woman could have been any woman and I wouldn't care.
At that point, I'd lost all goodwill.
Yeah.
To all men.
It was terrible. Oh, God.
It's just like Goldie Hawn. You mentioned that. It is great, isn't it? It's like John Lennon always bringing his missus to work. Like,
fucking hell. Is she good at acting? Don't matter. She's in.
It's like you're having Daisy in the background.
Yeah. And she keeps whispering in my ear to tell me what to say. And I go, I'll say that in a second, yeah. It's a really good point, that. Thanks for saying it.
Yeah. So she's just told me that we're going to do a 19-minute long experimental soundscape called Revolution Number 9. So that's going in. That's good. I've got a really good song called Junk. That's not in. That's rubbish. This is the future
That
of
sounds
music.
like shit. Junk's just another word for rubbish, and that's what it is.
Let George do a load of stuff. No.
Who? Beatle number 3. I don't
It's
answer
not
to
part of
that.
the Lennon-McCartney writing partnership. So, thoughts? Tell me everything.
I hated that film. It was difficult to get through. It's not the worst by any means. Like at least it all bounces along.
It's not that long either.
I could watch it all in one go. So it's not the worst. There's been other films where it's 2 and 3 sittings where I have to process a bit. Like, Jesus Christ, they did that. They actually did that. Christmas in the Square, they did that. This film, yeah.
It's a lot, isn't it? It's a slog, a chore. It's boring. I didn't get
no likable characters, really.
That's it. If you're going to make a story like this, I need to really give a shit. Like Kevin McAllister in Home Alone, I love. He's a great, well-written character. He is a naughty boy, realizes the true spirit of family and all. You've got your redemption arc there. Great.
Yeah.
But if he was annoying, you're in his company a lot. And if he wasn't acted very well by Macaulay Culkin in a well-written role, it'd be insufferable. We wouldn't have thought of that film since 1990. But these two, the two leads in it, are both rubbish.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell's not.
I do like that he's horrible to her at the start.
Isn't it? It's
like
too much.
Out of order, horrible to her. Because he's like, if he's not in his 20s, he's nearly there.
About to say.
And she's 10. She says, I'm 10.
He's way too old to
and he's bullying her in a way that shouldn't be done. But I love it. It's like, whoa, that's bold.
Teasing her about a dead dad. Yours is dead too, pal.
Yeah, but I don't care.
I hated the first 4 minutes so much because it thought it was Up. It thought them first 10 minutes were the first 10 minutes of Up. And it fucking wasn't.
Yeah.
And after watching that, oh God. And I clicked down on my remote to check the time. There was 1 hour and 45 minutes left.
Fucking hell, there's no worse, is there? When you've hit your limit and then you look and you're like, oh my God, I haven't got that. That's what takes me 3 sittings to sometimes watch these things. That
down button on my controller had turned white by the end of it. It checked so much. I tell you what, when she's going through the old DV tapes and looking at old Christmas stuff and her dad, and she's playing a dangerous game there, isn't she? There's trauma in those tapes. Yeah. I mean, stick to the ones labeled very clearly Christmas.
Yeah. And the ones that are in Dad's cupboard, leave alone. They got some blue shit on there.
You won't look at your auntie in the same way.
Down at the fire station. He's just got all the boys.
He's not in this film, but he's in this film. He's in this film right here in the heart. Whenever they're talking, there's a picture of him in the background. When they decide to do something, he turns around, touches it and says, I swear, by touching a picture of the dad.
Yeah.
It's like,
Dad's plaque. I swear on Dad's plaque. One bit I really liked was that the mum has a clear favourite and she makes it quite clear to the kids, like, she's my favourite. He's a pain in my ass, and you all know it. And I'm sick to death of him. And in a way, she's kind of right because he's a wrong un, isn't he? Nicking cars and carrying knives and
it was like it really felt like a kind of, I don't know, like some kind of stick in the mud Christian had written a naughty boy character. What do Baddens do? Well, they rob cars and they have knives. I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it felt so written from such a distance. They could have made that him going off the rails. They could have made a lot more palatable than nicking cars. That's a felony. Like,
Yeah.
you can really go off the, you can have a bad time of it, a grief for your dad, without just such hackneyed old rubbish nicking cars. Like, I found that whole, for such a clearly well-functioning family that they were in them DV tapes around Christmas and what have you, a very healthy nuclear family they've got there. I don't for a second buy there'd be such acrimony at the loss of. They'd be in therapy. They'd be dropping YouTube video diaries. They'd be doing yoga and shit. They'd be fine. I suppose you can't question grief, but I didn't buy it really.
Yeah.
Americans always decorate their tree on Christmas Eve, or is that just something they do in the film?
It seems like a lot of work for
like
not a
2
long
days or
time.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as soon as Boxing Day comes, that tree is down in my house. My Christmas joy is gone.
It's over.
By like the 27th.
I like to draw it out a little bit. I like to eke it out till January if I can.
Nah,
but
fuck that. By New Year's
Daisy's not the one for that. Daisy's because Daisy's in charge of most things, and I like it that
and
way. I'm not very good at. I'm not very good at taking charge or organising shit. So she does all that, all the like getting it ready and pulling it down and stuff, and it never lasts till January. I don't say oh, not my place to say oh. Really? Could you imagine? Oh, could we leave that till like the 6th of January? Fucking what? Get off your ass and do it yourself.
They're always trimming the tree at like 11.
Yeah.
On Christmas Eve. Honestly, I'm decorating my tree before Remembrance Sunday usually is. I like a lot of it before, but not much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Putting the tree down is, it's like putting your dog down. Sorry, you've just done that. But yeah, it's a sad thing. It's really like, oh, the joy's gone. It's like a hangover.
What do you think to the nicknames?
Kitty Cat and Teddy Bear.
Teddy Bear.
It's like they decided to name the characters after they got the nicknames. It's like the writers are gone, I have got 2 brilliant nicknames for you. This is just really empathize the audience to, just like everything else. Everything else in this film, I thought, what is the point? Why am I watching this?
Yeah. It's crap.
I think the young lad is worse than the young girl.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I can follow you on that.
It was just a floppy-haired drama kid vibe to him that could. He's like a tattoo on his skin. He will never act his way out of that paper bag. And I found his attempt at being a tough guy pitiful. It's like, why did they cast as a bad boy gone off the, usually good boy, but now turned bad, gone off the rails, fallen in with the wrong crowd? Why did they hire someone who looks like he plays bass badly for the local indie band?
Yeah.
It's hardly John Gotti. Yeah.
I'm with you on that. He was bad. And the drama school thing, you could just see through him. Didn't believe anything he said.
Yeah.
But then that girl says the line, I just got goosebumps. And that solidified me hating her. The delivery of that line. What are they even on about? I fucking switched off early doors on this film. So I don't know what they were on about. I just wrote down, she says, I got goosebumps and it pissed me off. And really did.
I remember what it is.
Goosebumps. Oh,
it's that she sees Santa's hand in a video.
Yeah.
And then they set up some Straw Dogs, Home Alone, Skyfall nest of traps. But instead of it being for some burglars, some Russians or some Cornish rapists, it's for Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Madness. Yeah. I think the main influence of this film is the third act of the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, I've got that written down. I like the bit where
like, one of them standing in a corner waiting for his turn.
yeah, what happened then? And the like handheld camera looking at the roof when Santa's jumping across it. It was very Blair Witch, that little girl's face. It picked up a bit for me then. I thought, oh, maybe it's going a different route. And then it got back on track, and you're like, oh, no, it's gone back to boring and shit.
I think it occupied quite a similar space to the Christmas Break-In that we watched and reviewed a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I think the difference is there's a bit more money thrown at this one. Like the cinematography is notably better. It's not quite
and
as
the
trash.
effects and stuff look pretty good.
Yeah, I suppose the relationship between brother and sister was kind of similar. He looked quite old as well, but instead of being a geeky virgin who's into drones, he's a gang-banging psychopath.
Yeah.
He's an absolute lunatic, that brother.
When he puts all that fish food in the fish tank to delay her,
kill it.
You've just killed that little girl's fish. If they eat all that, they'll die.
Yeah.
And you're a 20-year-old man, and she's a child. You're a piece of work, mate.
I like you don't see I didn't say Russell Crowe then. That'd been good. You don't see Kurt Russell's face.
I'm not entertained.
You don't see Kurt Russell's face for like 25 minutes. Is that Orson Welles in The Third Man? Brilliant.
Yeah. You don't see Goldie Hawn's face.
Fucking hell.
You don't see Goldie Hawn's face for like 2 hours, and then she's in it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
I like Slay's got wings.
Yeah.
What do you need the reindeer for then? He can teleport.
Yeah.
What do you need the sleigh for then?
It's a magic hat. What do you need anything for? Because there's a bit where he's in the jail cell.
Oh, that's the worst bit.
Pulling bits of tat out of his coat. And you're like, all right, so you can just you don't need the elves then. You can just make gifts on demand.
Yeah. The magic, just renders everything obsolete.
My favourite characters were all in the restaurant when he tries to get a lift into Chicago.
Yeah.
He goes into this restaurant. The waitress lass on the front desk, she's brilliant. She thinks she's getting punked.
She was my favourite character in the whole film.
Yeah, she's the best one. She's the most believable and funny with it.
Although she essentially gets herself sacked. She throws the ice on the floor.
Yeah.
Because that guy's got a baseball bat.
He's a tough guy.
Is he the boss?
I'm not sure if he's the boss or not, but he has a boss vibe about him, doesn't he?
Yeah. But
more like bossing Double Dragon than anything.
Knows what's happened, because either she's done that on purpose and that is assault. I mean, I know that guy's aggressive and deserved it. But it's either assault or it's gross negligence, because one of your customers could have slipped on that. That whole bit in that diner was
madness, isn't it?
To watch. They made Santa kind of sexy, like those M&S ads about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Because Santa's really not fat and jolly. He's more like that guy who's got an eye patch in Escape from New York.
Yeah.
Like that guy with a flamethrower and thing.
Yeah.
Pretty handsome fella. It's weird because Santa in this is naive and yet smug. I don't think I've ever seen a character who's both naive and smug, which is probably why I've never seen it, because it made for kind of frustrating watching. What did you make of the CGI in this film, Con?
Which bit? Because some of it looked all right.
The reindeer wasn't up to much.
Nah. And those little gremlin things were... They're what really got me. I was like, oh, God.
I didn't see that coming, to be honest.
Yeah, this is... Because why do elves need to be these little furry wombly things? I know an elf as just a smaller human.
You've made him like a wishing troll in that film.
Yeah.
They're not trolls.
And they didn't speak English, whereas, if you've watched The Santa Claus...
Yeah.
The elves are just little actors that are human, but smaller, I guess. And that's what I like.
The jokes were annoying in this. The jokes were annoying.
I didn't really pick up on them.
It's like, he's asked, can he do this? And he says, I'm Santa Claus, not Yoda. But you are a magical being, you daft prick.
Yeah.
That's just tiresome. Can you change his mind? I think, can you do a Jedi mind thing?
Right.
Santa Claus,
Okay.
not Yoda. But you could pull a guitar out of your top.
Yeah.
It was exhausting.
Chicago was very empty.
Yeah, and it was always
Wasn't it?
I suppose at night time, it's kind of hard to really get a feel for a city. All cities look the same at night time. You can't see a skyline. You can't.
Yeah.
It's just some streets.
Are you telling me they filmed it in Bradford?
That would be good.
That'd have been
Now,
nice. Or in
there's a film I
Shipley.
watched. Santa gets stuck in Bradford. He's like,
Yeah.
get me out.
Santa in Shipley. He just crashes his sleigh in the Shipley clock.
I love
Google
that
it.
thing.
Google Shipley
Oh,
clock.
monstrosity.
Yeah.
Google Shipley clock. Used to be a Wilco underneath it.
Yeah, for a bit.
Yeah.
The cops, they're all right. I quite liked the cops.
Yeah.
But wouldn't Sinbad have been a better casting?
Oh.
That'd have been a lovely thing to see, wouldn't it? Christmas Sinbad.
Yeah, Christmas Sinbad. He's learnt his ways from Jingle All the Way. Yeah. It's funny, though.
Perfect.
I like when they go over the ramp in that police chase. And it goes slow motion like GTA when you go off a ramp in that. Good, isn't it?
Yeah, I like all that kind of stuff.
It does have a bit of a religious bent to it. Like they pass the church and both stop and take stock.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a kind of...
Like, I haven't been to church since he died.
Yeah, like weird. Like, well, what does Santa mean to you? It's what's your best bit about the Bible? Mine's Santa Claus. It's a bit. I do love that his dad got him a knife for Christmas. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, Dad.
Last
No wonder he's dead, living on edge.
The plot of the film is Santa loses all his shit and then gets it back and finishes the job.
Yeah.
But there's not really any momentum to the story. Every scene's really flat. And the underlying message is kind of, don't be a wanker if your dad dies.
Yeah. And that stands, I would like people with dead dads to not be wankers. Because it can happen. We've seen in Christmas Chronicles, it can happen. What did you think about the jail bit then?
It was torture.
You know what I'm on about, the singing bit, the band.
So he's in prison, weirdly with Bruce Springsteen's backing band. I don't know why it's them.
Yeah.
And he just gets them all guitars. There's some women in the cell next door. Do they do that? Do they have cells, one for men, right next to the one for women?
I'm pretty sure those women must be prostitutes as well.
It's kind of implied, isn't it, that their work is of the sexual nature. And they're backing singers to this weird, like, it's kind of the kind of blues that you get when you go to a novelty cafe in America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got some guy in really square and rubbish sunglasses and maybe a pork pie hat and a Hawaiian shirt. You know, that kind of blues. Yeah. It's not good blues. It's not lead belly. Not the actual good Delta blues, but it's there. And
You've just described Blues Brothers, the movie.
It's really bad. And he sings.
It's like if someone was a fan of blues, but the only blues they'd listen to is just the Blues Brothers film.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And none of the songs they sing are blues anyway. All of them are soul songs and gospel songs. I thought what was interesting is the women, let's not guess at what their job is, but the women in the cell next to him, it says to Santa, shall we sing some Christmas songs? Which is a weird thing to say in a prison. I said, tell you what, no.
Yeah.
And surely you should be singing Fairy Tale of New York. It starts with your situation. They ask, shall we sing a Christmas song? And he sings an original number. Like that doesn't count. I'm selfish of him. Sing Jingle Bells and fuck off.
So whilst he's in jail, he's talking to the cop about getting back with his ex. Like she's had the time she needs to get over it all, and she's calmed down a bit, and you've moved on as well, and you both want each other back, really. So you should talk to her. So he sets up this phone call. This police officer doesn't know what's going on, and he answers the phone rings. This policeman answers and goes, "Hello, Lisa, Wyke." Watch it back.
Why?
He goes, "Wyke." I'm like, fucking hell, it's good to see Wyke making a comeback on Christmas.
The single
Dick
funniest
Wyking.
place in all of Bradford, Wyke. This is the name, Wyke.
It's because it's kind of a question as well as a place, isn't it?
Wyke.
Wyke.
It's a state of mind as well.
And I think it might be a question when he says it. I don't know why he says Wyke.
Why?
I think maybe he means why.
Hustle and bustle of the hustle and bustle of the dizzy heights of the metropolis that is Wyke in the background. Oh, my kind of town. Wyke?
Yeah.
But I thought you were going to say that they arranged to have coffee in the morning. Are you getting coffee from a Christmas Day? Hello?
Yeah. Could you imagine? I once had to serve coffee on Christmas Day.
That was a shit
at a restaurant
for all of us.
That was the worst Christmas ever, I think.
Christmas Day, poor sod.
My boss were like, "No, you have to work Christmas." And I'm like, "Oh, fucking hell." And I thought, in the back of my mind, I thought, well, people have paid to come and, eat at this restaurant. Someone's got to serve them. I guess it's just my turn this year. I get there and it's just him and all his family. And I'm being a waiter to his family. So no one's paying.
That's annoying.
Why am I here? To bring bring the gravy out yourself, you lazy bastard.
Bring yourself. I'm trying to save some Africans.
I quit that job though, which was nice. Not on that day, but I did eventually quit it. And do you know how I quit it?
Throwing your Santa hat. I quit.
The way I quit was just to never go back.
Oh,
I had a shift and I just thought, fuck that tonight.
Played the coward's gamble.
Yeah. I thought, fuck that tonight, and just never went. They never called me. It were over.
Fair play on Santa though. He finds physical presents for all those children. Because it's all Fortnite skins these days. You know what I mean? Steam vouchers.
That'd be nice. Imagine a really good legendary skin on Overwatch for Christmas.
How's he pulling that out of his ass?
Yeah. Oh, I've got your present here. What is it? Nothing tangible. All digital. And you don't actually own it.
We're giving you the presence of peace of mind.
Yeah. He just starts putting coins in someone else's pocket. Like, what's that? Oh, it's just me paying Blizzard for a fucking skin.
Be a bank transfer with them, mate. What happened to Santa living in Lapland?
They're just not having it anymore, are they?
We're always taught that he lived in that region of, is it Finland, Lapland, I think?
Cilla Black always had it as a prize, didn't she?
Was that?
Cilla Black always had it as a prize on like blind date. Yeah. Oh, send her to Lapland, she'll fucking love it. Yeah, and she did.
A date in the freezing cold. Actually, that'd be quite good. You could get close by the hearth. And then shag.
Pissed on eggnog.
I loved. They get to the North Pole and she sees that big video screen of all the kids who sent Santa a video message.
Yeah.
What?
And that's all well and good. They're sending video messages. Nice. Her video message that she sees there, A, never got sent to him.
Yeah.
And B, he's on a DV camera.
Yeah.
So how's she sending that? That's a really old format that's really difficult to digitize. Like, she'd be better off with just an iPhone. Mum, can I borrow your phone? What do you need it for? Just to send a video to Santa. Don't look at my messages. Don't look at my photos.
Santa decide who's naughty and nice. Surely that is subjective to culture. You know?
Yeah, it's subjective to his culture.
Yeah, are you kowtowing to authority? You good little bootlicker. Well, here's a Christmas gift for you. Yeah.
But could a gangster not be good in the wrong ways? You know, he kills all these people to make money to feed his family and his boss above him.
That is really clever, actually.
Yeah,
that's
kind of good, but it's
like
bad.
Philosophy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Do you buzz off words?
Mate, do I buzz off
Yeah.
words?
Do you like kind of deep shit? Yeah.
Yeah, king of words, poems,
Yeah. You cut a
poems.
tree
Have you
down
ever
in a
met anyone who
forest.
calls them poems?
Poem Leeds, innit? Leeds call
Yeah,
them poem.
poems.
Weird.
No,
What is this author of a poem? What are they called? A poet. What is this short form style of writing called? A poem. Come again?
are you hearing
Poem.
the same thing? I'll start again.
Do you say? How do you say this word? Poetry. How do you say this word? Poem. Eh.
You've got it wrong somewhere down the line, Leeds.
I like the twist where the 33-year-old brother turns out he sent a letter to Santa Claus as well, asking for something
Yep.
utterly impossible. Can I have my dad back? See, the thing is,
Yeah.
if you can wrap it, you can have it. No, I just want my dad back. Could I interest you in maybe a Google Pixel? All right, yeah, deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who did I ask for? No, this is wicked.
Can I have my dad back? No. Can I have my dad back? Has he moved away? No, he died. Fat chance. No chance of that happening, son. Death is a no-go. Have you not seen Aladdin? Even the genie can't bring someone back from the dead.
And he's more powerful than me.
Yeah, he's Robin Williams, for fuck's sake. He can do whatever he likes.
I love all that true believer stuff they've got in it. It really is training kids up for unquestioning faith. It's just well, you're a true believer. You're a true believer. You'll get a reward. You'll get a reward. Oh, I have got a theory about Christmas films. The best ones aren't actually about Christmas. Christmas is there in the background, but it's about burglars breaking in whilst your mum and dad accidentally abandon you, or wanting to kill yourself because your life's gone off the rails, or a load of puppets pretend to be Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah.
The ones that are actually about the function of Christmas are always crap. And this is one of them. Santa Claus the movie. Have you seen that recently?
No, not recently.
Stinks.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
There's some bad shit out there, isn't there?
I remember.
I think you're onto something there.
Yeah.
It's about Christmas. It's crap. Like, what's that one with the Turbo Man, is it? Arnie one.
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. He needs a present in time for Christmas. It's shit. The other one, Deck the Halls with Matthew Broderick and Danny DeVito, is it?
That one.
Have we not done that one?
We haven't done that.
Please don't make me watch that. Fucking shit.
Just to quickly go back to the police in the police cell, the band. I like how the policemen are kind of watching with this kind of dewy-eyed deference, a bit like have you seen that video of Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell arm in arm, as Blueberry Hill is being sung by Vladimir Putin.
On Blueberry Hill and linger until.
He's got all the celebrities who will say yes. So you've got what's the guy from Under Siege? The karate guy.
Seagal.
Yeah. You've got him. You've got, who's your man with the arse for a nose? French fella. Gerard Depardieu.
Yeah.
You've got some people, all of them to a person can go fuck themselves. Even then we knew he's a maniac. I want to stay on Blueberry Hill. And they're like, oh my God, like arm in arm.
Yeah, this is such a good version of this.
Oh, I love you, babe. Oh, the best line in it, easily. Par excellence, the best line in it. No recycling. He's compost.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, sorry, mate, who the fuck are you? He just comes up, says the best line in it, and then it's brown bread 10 minutes
Is that
later.
one of the gangsters in it?
The kind of king of the gangsters.
Yeah. The king of the Foot Clan. Shredder. Yeah. He's the Shredder.
The nadir of this film is when the elves take over. It's really bad.
It's just
over.
all crap. It left the right horrible taste in my mouth. It made me expect the next one to be shit. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh God, I watched 2 shit films now. I've got to watch a third one now.
Yeah.
And then I've got 3 more after that for the next recording. Like, it fucking wound me up.
Yeah.
I hope you watched it as a viewer of this podcast to like prepare for this podcast. I hope you watched it because, you know, you'll know what we're talking about. But I wouldn't recommend anyone to watch this ever.
Awful.
Like, don't watch this.
I mean, this is kind of crystallizes how bad it was. The one bit I liked was when the aforementioned Mexican child. I only mention her Mexicanness because it seems to matter in this film, and I suppose it matters for what I'm going to say. Because she comes in and goes, "Papa Noel." I'm like, oh, that's nice. That's a nice bit, Papa Noel.
Papa Noel.
Yeah, that's a good bit. I like that. But the kid, the daughter, can't remember her name, learns a language like that. Learns the troll language in 10
Magic
minutes.
though, innit?
I mean,
that's the explanation for everything in this film.
Anything they couldn't narratively explain, magic. I suppose.
And then at the end, when Santa reveals that he could have just done any magic whenever he wanted because he's magic, and it's just like, oh right, so just to kick me while I'm down, I've hated all this film, and you could have sorted it in 5 seconds flat by just clicking your fingers and going, exactly. Christmas is too important for you two to be pissing around fighting and that. Deal with your own shit. I've got presents to get out.
He's decorated the living room as well. So the lesson is kind of don't do any of your responsibilities and someone will do it for you. Yeah. Mum comes in and said, "This is the best Christmas present ever." It's like, it's the first one since your husband died.
Yeah.
You know, Conal and I got a Super Nintendo in 1994. You want to talk about good Christmas present?
Yeah. I've had some really good Christmas presents.
Top
the
3
decorations don't count as
top
presents.
3 Christmas presents.
My top 3.
Give me them.
SNES and N64 up there.
Numbers 1 and 2 for me. I think third's that Epiphone SG I got. You know, the ones with the horns on. Yeah, that was pretty cool, wasn't it? Yeah. I love that her present is a skateboard, fine, from 1976.
Yeah, the like least skateboard ever.
You get them in like Sainsbury's for a tenner.
Yeah. And she calls it, what does she call the company? Bones Brigade or something? No, that's a real company. She calls it something along those lines, though.
She kind of fetishizes it by giving it by giving it a name. She makes it real.
Yeah, and it worked for me. I'm like, I can't wait to see this board. I hope she's good on it.
Imagine she breaks her wrist on Christmas Day. Where are you then, Santa? It's important.
If only your dad were here, he could get you to hospital really quick in his fire engine. But we're going to have to fucking walk now.
You could skateboard there. At Conal, there was a really good bit, and we've only seen this once before in a New York Christmas wedding, but I love when this happens. Someone essentially got turned into a bauble. Dad lives in the Christmas ornament.
That's a nice touch.
Good, isn't it?
Bauble dad. Wesley Bob dad.
Wesley Bob.
Yeah.
Don't watch this film. I think the biggest crime about a film in which Santa loses his reindeer and kids go on a wicked adventure is just how boring it is. It's boring. Yeah, it's nothing you haven't seen before. No decent performances, really. The script drags. The ideas are elementary at best. And you got 2 sequels. 2.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm not watching any of them. Don't make me watch them.
It's a rubbish film for people that think films are shit.
Oh, God, I don't want to have to watch that shit.
Pierce always sees things through, though, Conal. For nearly 2 insufferable hours, they proved that adage right.
Yeah.
One of the categories for this film, you know, Netflix, it has a couple of like genre stuff on it, like horror or Christmas. This one had feel good. And I thought that was a real misnomer because I didn't feel anything. And it wasn't good.
Say, feel good depending on who you are. Because if you've
Depending
got
if you
brain,
think films are shit. Yeah.
shit.
Right. That's us.
Yeah.
Thank
forget
you.
this film.
I'm delighted to say I never have to watch that film again.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Wish it didn't happen. Soul's hard.
But do join us next time where we're reviewing Noel Diary. It's also, all of these are on Netflix, but we really encourage you to watch that one. Now, don't watch Christmas Chronicle. That's appalling.
Yeah.
Do watch the next one. You won't regret it. We'll see you next time.
Last week.